Let's talk about something that trips up a ton of guitar players: minor keys. It can feel like you have to learn a whole new musical language, a completely different set of rules. But what if I told you there's one simple secret that unlocks the entire thing? Stick with me, because by the end of this, you're going to see minor keys not as some big, scary topic, but as a feature you already know how to use. It really all starts with this feeling, doesn't it? That kind of moody, emotional, or somber vibe you hear in so many amazing songs. Well, that is very often the sound of a minor key doing its thing. We're about to break down exactly what that means, and I'll show you how to master it without having to memorize a bunch of new stuff. Okay, so first things first. The biggest difference between a major key and a minor key, it's not about some complicated music theory. Nope, it's all about the feel. And it all boils down to one simple question: which chord in the song feels like home? Think about it. In any tune, there's always one chord that just feels like a resolution, Like you finally arrived back where you started. If that home bass chord is a happy-sounding major chord, well, you're in a major key. But if that chord of resolution is a sadder-sounding minor chord, you're in a minor key. That's really the whole distinction in a nutshell. All right, you ready? Because here comes the big reveal. This is the one concept that changes everything. It's called the relative minor, and I promise you, it is way simpler than it sounds. So let's start on familiar ground, something every musician knows: the C major scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, right? No sharps, no flats. It's our musical home base, and believe it or not, it holds the entire secret we're about to unlock. Now, I want you to look really closely at the sixth note in that scale. See it? In C major, that note is A. This single note, this is literally the key to understanding all minor keys. It's that important. Okay, so check this out. This is the hack in action. If we take those exact same 7 notes from the C major scale, but instead of starting on C, we shift our focus and start playing from that 6th note, A, guess what? We're suddenly playing the A natural minor scale. It's the same notes, just with a different starting line. And boom, that's our big aha moment right there. This relationship has a name. They're called relative keys. C major and A minor are relatives because they're built from the exact same DNA, the same 7 notes. And what that means is, if you know the notes in one, you automatically know the notes in the other. No extra work. Now let's take this a step further, because this little secret doesn't just stop with scales. It applies to chords too. And for us guitar players, this is where things get really, really powerful. So here's our trusty old chord roadmap for the key of C major. You've probably seen this 1,000 times. The 1, 4, and 5 chords are major, the 2, 3, and 6 are minor, and our home chord, our number 1, is C major. Simple enough, right? And here is where the secret just blows it all wide open. To find the chords that work in A minor, we don't change a single thing on this map. The chords are the same, their qualities, major, minor, diminished, all stay exactly where they are. The only thing that changes is where home is. Our home base just shifts from the number 1 chord, C, to the number 6 chord, A minor. So let's just hammer this point home because it's so important. The chords you can use in a major key and its relative minor are exactly the same. You do not need to memorize a new list of chords. All you have to do is listen and figure out which one, the 1st chord or the 6th chord, feels like the real center of gravity for the song. Okay, so this is all great in theory, but how do you find this relationship fast when you've got a guitar in your hands? Well, let me show you a dead simple shortcut right on the fretboard. The magic number you need to remember for finding any relative key is 3. That's it. Just burn the number 3 into your brain. Here's the rule, and it's so easy. To find a key's relative minor, you just find the root note of the major key on your fretboard and go down 3 frets. That's it. So from C, you go back 3 frets, you land on A. And it works the other way too. If you're on a minor root, say G minor, just go up 3 frets and bam, you're on its relative major, B flat major. Easy. So let's put all these pieces together now. Let's build a practical system you can use to figure out the chords to basically any song, whether it feels major or minor. You see, the system is exactly the same one you'd use for any major key song. Step 1, you find the parent major scale that fits. Step 2, you lay out that chord roadmap, which we now know never changes. And then step 3, you just listen. The only new piece is that now you're listening with a new question. Is the song resolving to the 1st chord, or does it feel like it's constantly being pulled toward that 6th chord?
What this really means in practice is that if a song just feels kind of minor to your ear, you can speed up the process of figuring it out. Instead of starting your search with the usual 1, 4, and 5 chords, you can jump right to trying the 2, 3, and especially that 6 chord. It's just a way to get to the right answer faster.
And really, this quote from Andrew Clark sums up the whole philosophy perfectly. By always relating everything back to the major key that you already know, you create this one simple, unified system. You never have to feel lost again or like you're learning a totally different language. It makes everything so much easier. And that kind of leaves us with a final thought here. Maybe we've been asking the wrong question this whole time. Instead of getting all bogged down in theory, is it major, is it minor, just listen. The chords are the same, the notes are the same. All you have to do is trust your ear and find where the song wants to land. Where does it feel like home?